Have you ever wished you could just jump in a time machine and see a true master at work during a crazy, raging bull market? Well, guess what? Today, we're doing it. We are cracking open a time capsule, Warren Buffett's 1986 letter to shareholders. And trust me, what's inside is probably not what you're expecting.
So, picture this. It's 1986. The stock market is an absolute party. It feels like everybody is getting rich, and the music is turned up to 11. But the big question is, what was the world's greatest investor, Warren Buffett, doing? Well, the answer is right here in this letter, and it's a real curveball.
And right there, that's the central mystery of our story today. At the absolute peak of this massive bull run, the Oracle of Omaha sounds, well, he sounds kind of bored. He's not buying, he's not celebrating, he's just waiting. And the question that we're going to answer is, why?
To really get inside Buffett's head, you've got to feel what 1986 was like. The economy was roaring, that whole greed is good idea was in the air, and the Dow Jones just kept climbing. It went up over 22%. It was a party, for sure, and everyone was invited. But you know what comes with a big party? High prices, and market valuations were getting seriously stretched.
This slide just nails the complete disconnect, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the market in a state of total euphoria. On the other, Buffett is doing the exact opposite. He's paying off debt, he's stockpiling cash, he's finding no new ideas. Why? Because as he put it,
This quote, this is everything. See, Buffett wasn't trying to be a psychic and predict a crash. Not at all. He was just looking at the here and now, seeing that prices were way too high to meet his super disciplined criteria. And that word he used, euphoria, for him, that was a giant flashing red light, not a green one.
So, this brings us to what I'm calling the euphoria paradox. I mean, why would the most successful investor on the entire planet choose to sit on the sidelines during one of the biggest market parties in history? Was he just missing out? Or did he see something that everyone else was just too excited to notice?
the letter itself is basically a treasure map. It leads us right to the core of Buffett's entire investment philosophy. It's a masterclass in psychology and business principles that are just timeless. So let's grab our shovels and start decoding these clues.
All right, so the first key to unlocking Buffett's playbook. It's not some crazy, complex formula. It's actually a really simple but incredibly powerful metaphor for what makes a great business.
Buffett is always looking for businesses with what he calls an economic moat. Think about a medieval castle, right? The moat is what protects it from invaders. While in business, that moat is some kind of sustainable competitive advantage. It could be a brand that everybody loves, a super low-cost way of doing things, or some kind of unique tech. It's the thing that keeps the competition out and the profits safely inside the castle walls.
And there it is, straight from the letter. He's talking about Geico and how their rock-bottom costs give them this massive advantage, a wide moat. So while all these other investors in '86 were chasing flashy speculative stocks, Buffett was perfectly happy to just hold on to these durable powerhouse businesses like Geico, even when the market was hot.
Okay, so he knows what he likes. He's looking for a castle with a moat. But, and this is just as important, how does he decide what to say no to, especially when there's so much hype and temptation all around him?
He literally lays out his rules right here for us, and you'll notice he's looking for big, profitable companies, not a lot of debt, good management. But the real key, the secret weapon for 1986, is rule number 5, simple businesses. This is his famous circle of competence. Buffett knew his own limits, and back then, that meant staying far, far away from that booming, complex tech sector that he openly admitted he just didn't get.
So if you're not going to listen to all the hype, who do you listen to? Well, for Buffett, the answer is no one. Instead, he treats the entire market like this character he calls Mr. Market. Just imagine you have this business partner who shows up every single day, and one day he's ecstatic, offering to buy your shares for a fortune, and the next day he's depressed and wants to sell you his for pennies. The key is, his mood is totally irrational. And this right here, this is how you handle Mr. Market. You don't get swept up in his emotions. You take advantage of them. In 1986, Mr. Market was euphoric and greedy, offering insane prices for everything. So, what did Buffett do? Exactly what he says here. He got fearful, or at the very least, extremely cautious. He wasn't panic selling everything. He just refused to buy into the mania.
But Buffett's playbook isn't just about financial rules and mental models. There's another layer to this, something just as important, that really shines through in this letter, and that's radical intellectual honesty.
I mean, you have to love this line. This is pure Buffett. You've got the most respected investor on the planet using a Pinocchio joke to admit that he totally messed up his estimates for insurance losses. He's not trying to hide it. He's not spinning it. He's owning it, right there in print for the whole world to see.
Now, here's the crucial takeaway. This isn't a sign of weakness, it's an incredible strength. Admitting your mistakes is the only way you can actually learn from them. And it builds this incredible bond of trust with his shareholders. This honesty, it's the foundation that all the other principles, the moats, the circle of competence, dealing with Mr. Market, it's all built on top of this.
So we've set the scene. We've decoded the mental models. We've seen the absolute power of honesty. So what does it all add up to? What's the one single golden rule that we can pull from this 1986 time capsule and use today?
Here's the playbook boiled down. 1. Find great businesses protected by moats. 2. Only play in games you actually understand. 3. Use the market's emotions, don't let them use you. And 4. Be brutally honest with yourself about your mistakes.
And when you put all of that together, you get the ultimate lesson from 1986. When euphoria is everywhere, and you just can't find anything that meets your strict, disciplined tests, the most powerful and profitable move you can possibly make is to do nothing. It's to wait. In a world that was screaming for action, Buffett's boredom was actually his superpower. Patience.
So I'll leave you with this one question. This lesson is from 1986. Yeah, but it's completely timeless. Market euphoria will come again. It always does. And when it does, when everyone you know is getting swept up in the greed, will you have the discipline to follow this playbook? Will you be prepared to be fearful,